There were definitely a few moments yesterday where I was like, holy shit, I just broke my van. Cutting the first hole in the roof was terrifying. And then after that, it was like, oh, okay, I can actually do this. It's not as bad as I thought. I can build this van. So it was a good feeling. It's exciting. Like a real plan then, but I've been thinking about this for a while, yeah. And as I've gotten older, it's become more of a possibility, obviously, because I have like the financial independence and capabilities to do it. And then I would say in the past like year or two, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this at some point. I'm definitely doing it sooner than I was expecting. Everything kind of fell into place. I was supposed to go travel a lot this year, but COVID, you know, kind of put a stop to that. I figured, why not start now? My lease ends in August, so I had like a few months to work on this, and then hopefully it'll be ready by then and I can just start going. I don't know where I'm gonna go first. I have like a few destinations that I for sure wanna do. I wanna do like a big road trip across California, definitely like the Oregon coast. I'm a dancer, so it's kind of a perfect job for this lifestyle because there's a lot of freedom in it. I can make my own schedule and I can work at different places like all over the country. So I definitely wanna, like Nashville will still be a home base. I wanna save up here and then go travel, but if I ever need to work while I'm traveling, I can, which is awesome. Where to start? Yeah, my mom, it's gonna be really weird if she sees this. My mom definitely played a huge part in my desire to travel. I was super lucky to grow up with a family that valued travel and encouraged us to travel and allowed us to travel, like financially and whatever, like from a pretty young age. So I think she kind of instilled this like want in me, which she wants both of her kids to be independent and to want to travel and to feel like confident to move through the world and not be scared of the world. And that's something I really am grateful to her for. Now I think she feels like she maybe went a little too far because her daughter wants to live out of a van, which she's not happy about. But yeah, travel has always been a big part of my life, and that definitely started with my mom. I decided not to go to college, which was still is a big point of contention in our relationship. She is a big academic. She works at Vanderbilt, you know, like it's her whole life. And it's like works with her perfectly. It's like she loves research and learning and school, and she's good at it. And she expected me to be that way, I think, and that's just not who I am. I still love learning, that's just not how I like to learn. So when I decided not to go to college, it was a big issue. And I went to Costa Rica for a few months and lived there just to I did like a Spanish immersion travel thing. And I've been back quite a few times since with good friends that I met there. And so I think she saw it as me just like blowing off responsibilities and going to travel and live in a van and not like creating any like stability for a future. So I understand it's all from, you know, she's worried. She thinks I'm messing my future up or whatever. It's all from love and concern, but that's just not how I see it. I think I'm super happy with my life. I am excited for everything I have coming and everything I'm building. So it's just something we kind of have to agree to disagree on. I mean, I think I have a pretty good idea of at least like the kind of life I want, even if I don't know exactly what that is. I know that I am completely capable of like figuring this shit out, and I think it's gonna go really well. And whatever happens from there, I don't know, it's gonna be a learning experience. The freedom is a big part of it for me. The ability to, literally move wherever I want and bring my house with me, like that makes sense to me. Other areas of my life kind of reflect that too, like even just my job, being a dancer, I make my own schedule, I can work anywhere. And I love that, like I love the idea of not being tied to rent or a lease, whatever. And I also just love, I love the idea of like, we live in this huge, beautiful world. Like, why would I want to just stay in one place and see like none of it? You know, that seems so wrong to me. People want to live differently. I'm not saying that I'm doing this right or they're doing it wrong or whatever. But for me specifically, this is definitely the life I want to live, at least right now. Does that make sense? Don't talk to me, Charlie. I'm drilling a hole in my van. I think everyone has the right to live their life in a way that makes them feel good, and that's an important thing to like internalize and know. But I also think people figure out their stuff on their own timing. Like, you can't force someone, and I would never like try to force someone into changing their life before they're ready to. Everyone has their own timeline, everyone has their own path, and everyone has the right to do that on their own time, I think. But I also understand that it's like scary. You have the right to be scared to change your life drastically, and it doesn't make you weak or like anything like that to be hesitant about some kind of drastic life change that people around you aren't going to react well to. It's hard to make people you love uncomfortable with your life choices and, you know, whatever your situation may be. And that's something everyone, I think, has to work through on their own time. It never gets easy. I mean, I definitely don't like the fact that my family is unhappy with my life choices. You know, that makes me sad. And I love my parents and I don't want them to be worried or scared for me. But at the same time, I am my own person with my own desires and wants, and I have the right to live them through, and so does everyone else. I think the first step is like finding those boundaries. I think whoever it is in your life that's unhappy with your choices, like how can you best like handle their disappointment, sadness, concern, whatever, like with as much love as possible, because it probably comes from a good place, you know, love and concern, while still holding some kind of boundary so that you don't have to take on those emotions, because they're not yours to carry. My mom's like sadness about my life choices is not mine to carry. And that takes a long time to figure out. And I'm still like kind of trying to process it, you know, it's a day by day thing. And I also recognize that the ability to make these kind of life changes, or to just decide like, I'm gonna try to live in a way that, you know, that I want and not worry about what other people think, that comes with a lot of, you have to have a certain amount of privilege and luck to do that. Like, I'm really lucky to be able to do this. That not everyone has the choice right away, and that's okay. Like, sometimes it takes time, or I don't know, whatever it may be that you need before you feel comfortable making this kind of change, or whatever kind of change you're trying to do, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be this like immediate thing. Like, the second you start thinking about it, you have to make a change. It's whenever it feels right. Does that make sense?